What if I told you that you could walk into a dealership right now and drive home in a luxury electric SUV that was originally $70,000 for around 22 grand? Or grab a nearly new BMW for under 30,000? The used EV market in 2026 is the most loaded with bargains it has ever been. And today on Nick's Car Review, I am breaking down the absolute best used EV steals you can buy right now in America. Let's get into it. Starting things off is one of the most underrated luxury EV bargains on the market right now, the Audi e-tron. When this car was new, the average sale price was around $74,000. Today, the average used price sits at just $22,500. That is roughly a $50,000 drop from original sticker for an Audi, with nearly no compromises on what makes Audi cars great in the first place. What you get for that money is impressive. The original e-tron is a right-sized, perfectly luxurious, quiet, comfortable family hauler that feels a lot like every other Audi from that era. That means high-quality interior materials, a feature-loaded cabin, and a driving experience that prioritizes calmness and refinement. The e-tron sits between the size of a Q5 and a Q7, meaning it has real interior space for passengers and cargo without being a pain to park. Even the 2019 models came with wireless Apple CarPlay, which is something a lot of newer EVs still do not offer. The cabin is loaded with physical buttons in addition to screens, putting it in that sweet spot of being modern but not overwhelming. The seats are excellent. The ride quality is exceptional. And on the higher trims, you get acoustically laminated glass that makes the cabin feel almost vault-like in terms of how quiet it is. Now, there are trade-offs. The e-tron does not have a one-pedal driving mode like a lot of newer EVs. Range maxes out around 220 miles, which is below what newer EVs offer. And charging speeds are not class-leading by today's standards. But for a luxury EV experience at this price, those trade-offs become very easy to live with. You are getting $80,000 worth of car for around $22,000. That math is hard to beat. Next up is a car that BMW just keeps getting right. The BMW i4. When new, the average sale price on the i4 was around $61,500. The average used price today is right around $35,000. That is a serious discount on a car that has been one of BMW's most consistently recommended electric vehicles since it launched. The i4 was BMW's first real swing at competing with the Tesla Model 3, and in some important ways, it actually beat the Tesla. The i4 is bigger and more luxurious than the Model 3. The interior quality is meaningfully better. The cargo space is surprisingly generous, way more than people expect from a four-door sedan. And the driving experience is unmistakably BMW sharp steering, precise chassis, and that satisfying connected feel that BMW is known for. You have two main options on the used market. The base rear-wheel drive eDrive 40 model can be had for under $30,000 in many cases, which is remarkable for a luxury BMW EV. And if you want serious performance, the i4 M50 with over 500 horsepower is sitting in the high 30s to low 40s on used lots right now. For a car that pulls 0 to 60 in just over 3 seconds and wears a full BMW M badge, that is one of the best performance per dollar deals available in any segment of the car market right now. Next up is the car that takes BMW's electric game into proper luxury territory, the BMW i5. And if comfort and quietness matter more to you than outright sportiness, this might be the car at the top of your shopping list, once you see what they cost on the used market right now. The i5 was the electric version of BMW's iconic 5 Series, and that heritage shows up everywhere in this car. The interior is beautiful, the ride quality is exceptional. The cabin is so quiet, it almost feels artificial when you first drive one. That kind of silence used to only exist in cars, costing well over $100,000. And the range performance is impressive too. The base rear drive eDrive 40 model has been verified at over 320 miles of real-world range, actually beating its EPA estimate. The i5 is also one of those cars that gets better the more time you spend with it. After months of daily driving in real-world conditions, it has earned recognition as one of the top-rated electric sedans on sale. That is not an easy reputation to earn. It means a vehicle has impressed reviewers not just on a quick test drive, but over months of daily use through every kind of weather and every kind of trip. Used pricing on the i5 sits in a wider range than most of the cars on this list because of how many configurations are available. The base rear-drive single-motor model is the most affordable entry point. The dual-motor all-wheel drive version sits in the middle, and the M60 with nearly 600 horsepower commands the highest prices, but is still significantly cheaper than it was new. For someone who wants an executive luxury sedan with a focus on comfort and refinement above everything else, the i5 used right now is a remarkable value. And now we get to what might be the single best used EV deal on the entire market right now. The BMW iX. This is a car that has earned more accolades than almost any other EV on sale, and the depreciation on it has been steep enough to put it firmly into bargain territory. The BMW iX is one of the highest rated electric SUVs on the market, and a former member of long-term road test fleets at major automotive publications. It has a world-class interior, plenty of space, and some of the best balance between ride quality and sporty handling in the entire SUV business right now. It also has the highest verified real-world range of any BMW EV, going further on a single charge than most of its competition can match. The looks are polarizing, there's no getting around that. The front end of the iX has been called everything from bold to controversial, depending on who you ask. But once you get past the styling, what you find inside is one of the most premium luxury EV experiences money can buy. The interior uses sustainable materials in a way that feels innovative rather than gimmicky. The driver assistance technology is class-leading, and the SUV form factor gives families the practicality they actually need. Buyers have been finding certified pre-owned iX models with as little as 13,000 miles on the clock for almost half off their original sticker price. That is the kind of deal that explains why this car is generating so much buzz in the used EV community right now. A nearly new luxury BMW SUV, with most of the warranty intact, for roughly half what someone else paid a couple of years ago. That is hard to argue with. Next up is one that does not get enough attention in the used EV conversation, the Cadillac Lyriq. When new, the average sale price on the Lyriq was around $66,700. The average used price today is $41,000. That is a meaningful drop on a car that deserves serious consideration. The Lyriq was Cadillac's first mass market EV, and they nailed it on first try. The styling is one of the best looking electric SUVs on sale at any price point right now. The interior delivers exactly what you expect from a Cadillac premium materials. Careful design and a quiet, smooth cabin that makes long drives effortless. And here's a feature that matters more than people realize. The Lyriq is the only Cadillac EV that comes with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. That alone is a deal maker for a lot of buyers. The Lyriq also comes with Super Cruise GM's hands-free highway driving system that lets you take your hands off the wheel for long stretches of mapped highway. For someone doing regular long highway commutes, that feature alone is worth thousands of dollars in everyday quality of life. Range is competitive at over 300 miles in most configurations. Now, to be fair, the Lyriq is not a sports car. The handling is more cushy luxury than precise athleticism. The steering is on the slow side. But for a buyer who wants a stylish, comfortable, well-equipped luxury electric SUV at a price that lands well below a brand new mid-trim Toyota RAV4, the Lyriq is one of the smartest used buys in the segment. The Hyundai Ioniq 5 and Ioniq 6 have been at the top of best EV recommendation lists for years now, and on the used market, they remain some of the most well-rounded value plays available. There are nearly 1,800 used Ioniq 5s for sale across the country right now, with an average price of around $25,000. Listings start as low as around $20,000 for higher mileage examples. The Ioniq 5 was the first proper EV SUV to take on the Tesla Model Y and beat it in head-to-head comparisons when it first launched in 2021. The Ioniq 6 sedan offers nearly the same package in a sleeker, more aerodynamic body, and these two cars share what is some of the best charging technology on the entire EV market. The Ioniq 6 has been verified as one of the fastest charging cars ever tested, out of over 100 different EVs put through the same charging benchmarks. It can add 100 miles of range in just 6.5 minutes, beating brand new 6-figure flagships on charging speed. That charging speed alone makes road trips significantly less stressful. Combine that with around 300 miles of real-world range, comfortable interiors, easy-to-use technology, plug-to-charge functionality, and now NACS supercharger compatibility through an adapter, and you have two cars that punch way above their used market price. And finally, we have the most popular used EV in America right now, the Tesla Model 3. When new, the average sale price on the Model 3 was around $47,460. Today, the average used price is just $19,700. The performance trim averages around $22,500 used. Under $20,000 on average for a Tesla. That is the headline. And what you get for that money is hard to beat. A 2021 Model 3 long range can cover up to 345 miles of real-world range, making it almost impossible to find any other EV with that much range at this price point. Plus, you get universal access to Tesla's supercharger network, the most reliable and widespread fast charging setup in the country. Now, there are real caveats with older Model 3s. They are noisier than newer ones. The seats are not as nice. Build quality issues were common on early production cars. There is no Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, and almost every control runs through the central touchscreen, which not everyone loves. But for under $20,000, those trade-offs become much easier to swallow. The used EV market in 2026 is the most buyer-friendly it has ever been. Massive lease return waves are flooding lots across the country. Original sticker prices have dropped dramatically on what these cars sell for used. And the technology, range, and features you get for the money have never been better at any price point in EV history. Whether you want luxury at a bargain, performance for cheap, or just a reliable everyday electric car that costs less to fuel than your phone bill, this is your moment to make the move. I am Nick, this has been Nick's Car Review, and I will see you in the next one.